We welcome you back to the Inside Nebraska. Showtime for our Coach Speak segment. We're delighted to welcome the newest member of the Nebraska basketball staff, Coach Phil Beckner, who has joined the staff over the summer. Welcome to Nebraska and welcome back to college basketball. What's it feel like being back in the college ranks?
It's been great so far. I've been really excited. It was something I wanted to do for a while now, get back to college basketball. And just being able to work with a bunch of young guys who are hungry to get better, excited to get better. It's been really fun so far.
Before we jump into that, I want to get your thoughts about what you learned by being around the NBA game with the Oklahoma City franchise.
You know, that franchise is one of the best in pro sports. I was really lucky to be a part of it from a leadership aspect, from a development aspect. I learned a ton, X's and O's from tactical aspect as well. But just being around those guys on an everyday basis, I think you find out what makes that organization truly successful, what makes the best of the best, what makes them really good. And just being able to see that on a day-to-day basis was something you always wanted to soak in and, obviously be a part of. And was able to grow a lot, individually as a person and as a coach.
Let's talk about your role here for Coach Miles. Give us some of your duties, responsibilities you're going to have.
Yeah, I think Coach Miles, he wants us beating the recruiting trail. We want to find some, really good players that are going to fit our program, fit the University of Nebraska. So, recruiting first and foremost, getting out there and finding guys that could come here and make an impact for us. And then, probably the second thing is player development. Working with these guys, whether they're seniors, whether they're freshmen, improving some of their weaknesses, sharpening some of their strengths, just trying to get them to become more of a complete, better player for, the season that we're about to see.
Let's talk about what your message is when you go out on the road. And obviously the facilities here now are top-notch with the arena and the Hendricks complex. How big a factor is that for you on the recruiting trail?
I think that's huge. A lot of kids might not know how great things are here. So I think information is one of the most valuable resources we all have in whatever profession it may be. And so we want to constantly give these guys information about how great our university is, how great our facilities, are, the success Coach Miles has had here as well as other places he's been. So it's really important for us to educate those kids on those type of things.
You're still a week or so away from your first exhibition game of the year, but you've had this group in the gym and practicing for 3 or 4 weeks. Give us a progress report. How's it been going?
You know what? Right now we're getting better, and I think that's the only thing you could do is show up today and have your best day. And then when you get to tomorrow, show up tomorrow and have your best day tomorrow. And right now our guys are really buying into that. They're doing a really good job of that. I think young guys are in a little bit of a different learning process than some of our older guys. But right now we have really good energy, we have really good camaraderie. It's a team that really likes each other, and so they're going out there and they're embracing some of the tough things. Coach is challenging them every day, and they're embracing that challenge and really looking forward to maybe proving some doubters wrong and just proving how good we could be.
How much did the trip to Spain help maybe build some team chemistry with this group?
I think the trip to Spain was invaluable. I mean, it was awesome to get out there. The time the guys got to spend on and off the court, the practice time we got before that. I know, especially for me being the new guy on the staff, I got thrown into the fire and was able to really get to know some of those kids' habits both on and off the court. How they are personality-wise, how they are on the court. And with that, it's just a huge advantage for us. These guys, they got about 3 weeks together, whether it's in Spain, in practice, of just learning what Nebraska basketball is all about.
Teams usually rely on their seniors. You have two in Siobhan and Benny. How big have they been impactful in early practices?
They've been tremendous. There's no two guys that are tougher than Benny and Siobhan in practice right now. They demand it out of themselves. They demand that they get coached, and they're demanding out of their teammates every day. Those guys, Coach Miles will always ask them, what do you want your legacy to be? And I think they're really, worried about bringing their teammates along. They're really worried about giving Nebraska, a great team this year to go out and do some special things.
Great stuff. Well, it's good to have you as part of the staff, and best of luck as this season gets going. We're ready for it.
Thank you.
Our Coach Speak segment here on the Inside Nebraska Show. An update on Husker volleyball coming up next.